What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another Tottenham update for you. It's been a while, but the transfer rumours are finally starting to filter through.
It's not been that long. It's not been that long.
That's true. It's true. It's not been that long. When the transfer window closed when?
What, a month ago?
September?
Yeah, October.
It was October. It was beginning of October, yeah.
Yeah, not really not been that long.
But the transfer window does open in around just over a month. I mean,
is it the same window? January,
yeah. It opens 1st of January,
not
like
changing
normal. No.
Interesting.
So yeah, about 2 months actually till the transfer window opens, and the same rumours are filtering through as they were in the last transfer window. And let's start with it. Sport Bild have got 2 stories for us to talk about today. The first one is about Leipzig midfielder Marcel Sabitzer. It is the rumours that won't go away, and the reasons why these kind of rumours are propping up again. The guy has got 18 months left in his contract. Well, it's coming up to 18 months. It expires in 2022. He's valued now at around 30 million, which has dropped since we last spoke about him, because last time I think they were looking at kind of like 50, 60 million.
Like in the summer we were linked with him, weren't we?
Yeah, they were looking at like 50, 60 million ballpark figure. But Bild are reporting that he's valued at around 30 million. What do you make out of these rumours?
I mean, look, he's a good player. I like him. He's versatile, can play a lot of different positions. He can play centre mid. He can play all across the attacking midfield positions as well. I rate him quite highly, Marcel Sabitzer. He's a top player.
He became Leipzig captain as well this season.
Yeah, and he would be perfect for that. If we're doing a double pivot with Højbjerg, he would be perfect for that role, like alongside Højbjerg, with another attacking midfield in there. Or if we play a 4-3-3, he'll be perfect. He's not that necessary, considering we have Ndombele and Lo Celso at the moment. So he would kind of be providing competition for them.
Do you not think he offers a bit of a different attributes to them two, though?
Yeah, possibly he does, but you'd still be competing with them for a starting spot.
He kind of adds a bit more steel in that middle there, I feel.
Yeah, he does. He's a lot more aggressive. He's a lot stronger in the midfield, and he has a lot of aggression in his game. He can win tackles and stuff as well as being good going forward. Look, it would be a good addition to the squad, no doubt about it, and he'll definitely either be pushing or be a regular starter if he came. I just don't see him as a priority at the moment. Although I'm not going to complain if we sign him, because I just think it adds good depth and adds quality to the team. But I just love, as I said, with Lo Celso and Ndombele in the squad at the moment. I think I'll send. Look, we could probably do with him maybe in centre mid competing for them. Maybe he'll replace Sissoko. That's what I'm looking at. Maybe if we sell on Sissoko, he would replace him in that squad and just add up the quality in the squad. And again, if we get him on a cheap deal because his contract's running out, it sounds very Spurs to me.
Yeah, it does.
But who knows? Maybe he'll be a lot of competition if he's going at a good price.
But these are the rumours that literally won't go away. Since the beginning of last transfer window, we've been talking about Marcel Sabitzer. Maybe even in the January before we were linked with him as well. So they really are rumours that don't go away. I, for one, would think it would be a sensational signing. I really, really like him and value him as a player. I rate him very highly. I think that he can come in and displace Sissoko, displace Dele Alli. I mean, if we're looking to get rid of Dele Alli, he would be perfect to bring in, because like you keep saying, that Dele Alli doesn't really fit into the squad anymore.
Yeah, and he does. He's a much better fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I, for one, would, if it's between Dele Alli and Marcel Sabitzer, for me, there's only one winner there, and that's Sabitzer.
Yeah, but we'll have to see, because we'll have to see where we are in terms of being ahead in the queue. People saying we're ahead in the queue. Other people saying that there's going to be a lot of competition for him. So it's going to be a difficult deal to get done. We're going to have to get in there early if we're going to do it. And, we don't like to usually get in places. Except for Højbjerg, we don't really usually like to get in for these players early. So I guess we'll see. I reckon it'll be one done in the summer if it's done with 1 year left on his contract. And that's assuming he doesn't sign another contract.
Yeah, that's true. In my opinion, you could really make Dele Alli as like a kind of a weight in this move, because when you look at it, German teams really like taking these young English up-and-coming players. I know Dele Alli's not really up-and-coming anymore. He's like kind of been there. We've seen the best of him. We don't know if we've seen the very best of him yet, but we've seen good moments from Dele Alli. He's not really in that bracket of up-and-coming players, but he's still in that age where he can be an up-and-coming player, if you know what I mean. So I think that Leipzig would still snatch our hands for Dele Alli. I really do.
Yeah, it's whether he would go there. Maybe he would.
Maybe a year-long loan move would suit. Maybe we buy him and send Dele Alli there on a year loan or something like that. So I think there are loads of options available for this kind of deal, but we'll see how it plays out at the end of the day. But those are the rumours about Marcel Sabitzer. Let's move on to some other rumours from Sport Bild as well out in Germany, and this one is around Jerome Boateng of Bayern Munich, as they have decided not to renew his contract. 32-year-old defender. He's been one of the most world-class defenders over probably my lifetime in watching football.
Yeah, since 2011, really, since he's joined Bayern when he left City.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, he's due to leave on a free transfer next summer, and Spurs are one of the clubs interested in his signature.
Yeah, well, we know Mourinho wanted him when he was at United, didn't we? He was desperate for him, and they couldn't get it over the line back then. He had a bit of a decline. I think it was maybe a couple seasons ago.
When Messi put him on his arse?
Oh, yeah, that was after he won the World Cup. He... I wouldn't say he had a decline then, because I just think that was a one-off moment in that season, that particular moment. But then a couple of seasons later, he started putting some really bad performances. He got dropped, I believe, for like Sule, who was starting ahead of him. He had a bit of a renaissance last season, and he's come back again and started to play well again. And obviously Bayern, since Hansi Flick came in, they've won the Champions League. They've won the league at a canter as usual. So I think he was a big part of that, and he started the Champions League final, and he had a bit of a renaissance. Under Hansi Flick. I just wonder whether he'd be the right fit for. I think the way we play at the moment under Jose is probably more suited. Rather, if we were still playing under Poch's tactics, if we still had Poch, I'd definitely be saying no 100%. Go. Now we have Mourinho. Part of me thinks it could be good. I'd still rather someone like Skriniar, who's younger, hungrier, and has more just more fitness about him, just more energy than someone like Boateng. Boateng has been there and done it and would provide good experience in the back line for us. I wouldn't want to see him partnered with Toby, though. I'm not sure that would work. I'd still look. I wouldn't say no if we're... personally, right now, I'd say no. I would say no. I'd rather someone like Skriniar. I'd rather someone like that who's younger. I think we need someone younger in there. But... If it comes to the summer and he's on a free and Mourinho really wants him and we haven't signed anyone else, then maybe I think it might be a good deal.
As it stands now, would you take him over Davinson Sanchez?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
It's the honest truth of the matter, isn't it?
That's that. Look, that's the way Sanchez is playing at the moment, and there's no getting away from it. He's been here a long time now, Sanchez, and there's a lot of talk about. He's got the qualities, he's got the scope, he's got this, he's got that. It's time for him to show it, and he's just not showing it. He's not showing that ability to be world class yet, and if he and that's the reason Mourinho keeps leaving him out the squad, because he must also concur with that. And we all know Mourinho didn't really fancy him when he was at Ajax, so. I think at the moment Sanchez has got to really up his game, or he could be out the door. Yeah,
very true. And the reason why apparently Bayern Munich are not renewing is because they're very interested in the Leipzig defender Dayot Upamecano. So he could be going to Bayern Munich at the end of the season.
He would be an awesome replacement. And that's exactly what they should be doing. He's like 21, 22, really young centre-back who's going to be there for years, out with the old, in with the new. And that's a good way to and it doesn't sit right if we get like their scraps or whatever. But what part of me thinks it could be a decent signing is because Silva's doing quite well at the moment at Chelsea, and he's 36. So if he can do it, maybe Boateng can still do it as well.
All right. Well, let's move on and let you know how the Spurs players got on international duty last night. The first night of international duty, Belgium played Switzerland and it was 2-1 to Belgium. Toby Alderweireld was an unused sub, but there were some familiar faces as Nasser Chadli and Jan Vertonghen played in that game.
Chadli still playing against the Belgian team.
Mad, isn't it?
Where is he at? He's not at Monaco anymore.
He's at Anderlecht, I believe.
Yeah, he signed for Anderlecht, was it?
I think so. But let's move on. Holland played Spain, drew 1-1. Reguilon came on the 29th minute. Marxa actually rated him the best Spain player of the day, but you read an article where they rated him not the best.
There was I can't remember the name of it, but there was two articles. One from Marxa saying he was the best player, and there was another one saying he was a 4 out of 10 because actually he sounds very much like Reguilon how they described him. He was over exuberant, too fast, making dangerous tackles, and he apparently made an error. They claimed he made an error for the goal. He failed to clear it or something. So that's what they claim. But Master said he was always an option on the left-hand side. He was getting up and down the wing really well, controlling the left wing-back position, and was one of Spain's better players. So
Yeah.
depends who you read, I guess.
Let's move on to the last friendly from last night to talk about, and that is France against Finland, where Finland won 2-0. Moussa Sissoko playing 90 minutes. Hugo Lloris was an unused sub, but L'Equipe, a big publication out in France, rated Sissoko 2 out of 10 from last night.
Yeah, and if you would have seen the first goal that France conceded, you'll see why, because it was classic Moussa Sissoko. The way he gave away that goal, he literally Longley is in centre back position. He plays it into the centre into Sissoko. It was a dangerous ball because he was marked by 2 players, but he kind of takes one bad touch. He goes chasing after that bad touch, makes another bad touch, then goes chasing after that. Then it's about to fall to a Finland player, so he goes sliding in to make a tackle, and his slide tackle ends up being a pinpoint through ball to the Finland striker, who goes 1-on-1 and scores a goal. So really shocking moment there from Sissoko.
Hey, David Ginola got banned from France for less than that.
Yeah, so true. Well, at least this isn't a friendly. But Sissoko, as I said before, I'm very surprised that Sissoko keeps getting in the France squad, because I really believe that France have a whole host. Like, even in our squad, he's not even the best French midfielder in our squad, let alone one of the best for France. So I know Deschamps loves him, but I don't think Sissoko I don't feel like he's good enough to be playing for France, to be honest.
Well, hey, better make these mistakes for France than for Spurs.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. I'm happy he's getting these mistakes out of the way. 'Cause to be fair, he hasn't made too many mistakes for Tottenham this season. Not like that. But we all know how limited he is on the ball, and he's always capable of something like he did for France yesterday. So it doesn't really surprise me when I see it.
All right, well, that's that. Let's talk about the internationals coming up tonight. There's a host of different games. First of all, it is Ivory Coast at home to Madagascar at 7 p.m. tonight. An African Nations qualifier, so Serge Aurier usually is captain of Ivory Coast, so he should be playing there tonight. Wales take on the USA in a friendly in Wales, 7:45. Apparently, Gareth Bale is more than fit enough to play. So Gareth Bale, Ben Davis and Joe Rodon are probably going to start in that game. And then you got some Spurs players coming head-to-head against each other. I think it's at Wembley, England against Republic of Ireland. So you've got Eric Dyer, Harry Kane, Harry Winks and Matt Doherty all being called up for their respective sides. And then finally, Jedson Fernandez, the forgotten man, actually, Jedson Fernandez. No one's spoken about him for a while. Looks as though his Tottenham career is pretty much over, all but over. But he's been called up to the Portugal under-21 side, and they have a European Championship qualifier against Belarus tonight at 7:30.
It was his career was over as soon as he got left out of the Europa League squad. It was done. That was it.
And
there's no chance.
I thought when he started against Chelsea, maybe this is the start of something, but that was literally his last performance.
Yeah, literally. But there's no space for him. I think that if you look at the players we have in our Europa League squad, there's no one you would leave out for him. And in the Premier League, it's impossible for him to get minutes in the moment because of the quality that we have in centre mid. So as soon as he got left out of the Europa League team, that was it for me.
Are you surprised Harry Winks keeps getting called up for England? No. I know you're not.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Who's going to get called up ahead of him?
Ross Barkley?
Nah.
Ross Barkley's been class this season.
Yeah, but he's a different position. He doesn't play in centre mid like Winks can.
Yeah.
He plays an attacking mid. I don't know who else is there. Ward-Prowse was there, but he got ruled out for injury. I mean, there's not many great centre mids who are English, and I think Winks is I think Winks is underrated, as I've always said. I think he's a good player. So I know he hasn't been the great. He hasn't had the best of starts this season, but I think he still gets there for England.
All right, well, there you have it. That is the Tottenham update today. We've spoken about some transfer news. Marcel Sabitzer and Jerome Boateng linked with Spurs. We spoke about the internationals last night, Moussa Sissoko's great performance, and the internationals that are going on tonight and which Spurs players you can see in action tonight. We'll be going live from 6 o'clock this evening for our live unpopular opinions. So if you want to be involved in that, send us a video of your unpopular opinion to WeAreTottenhamTV@gmail.com and you can get involved. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on these potential signings and what your thoughts are on the Spurs international players last night. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.